right, hello everyone. I'm sorry that I am a minute or two late today, but I am here, and hopefully some of you will also be here soon. For today's topic, we don't actually have a topic. We had a topic last week, so this week I'm just going to answer some of your questions. So if you have questions that you would like to ask, please go ahead and ask them. But actually, please wait about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not going to answer questions yet. Right now, I'm just going to read some of the comments from people saying hello and just chat with you all for a few minutes before I start answering the questions. I see Evelyn is here. Evelyn says, I'm ready for your live mic. I know I will learn new things. Thank you, Evelyn. I'm glad to have you here. Jessica Wong, also here as normal. Thank you for joining, Jessica. I don't know if you saw, I just read your comment on my post, and I appreciate your feedback. Carol Luna, hi, Teacher Mike. Greetings from Nicaragua. Hello, thank you for joining. Let me see, Marwa, Ayub, Monica, Rhea here as always, Guerma here as always. Monica Farias says, I am ready. Good, I'm glad you are here. Lian Nguyen says, hello teacher, hello, thank you for joining. Suat says, Sawadee Krap Crew Mike. Hello, Suat. Thank you for joining. For anyone who does not speak Thai, the language that they speak in Thailand, Suat is clearly from Thailand because he said Sawadee Krap, which is how men say hello in Thailand. And he also called me Crew Mike. Crew means teacher. Abderazak, how are you doing? I'm doing well. So as you can see, I am outside today because today the weather, I guess you can't really see the weather, can you? You feel the weather. But the weather is just really nice today, so I'm enjoying a little bit of time outdoors instead of just sitting in my basement where I usually am when I do these videos. Sapito, hello, thank you for joining. Tra Kamal, hi teacher, do you have any courses? I do not have any online courses that you can pay for. I've always wanted to avoid selling a course because I've always wanted the information that I give to be free. However, I might need to sell a course in the future so that I can make more money. So I might do that eventually, but I don't really want to, but I might in the future. But thank you for your interest. Got a little bit of something in my throat. I don't know, a little bit scratchy. Fatna, hello. Ramez, hello. Arena, good to see you. Glad to have you here. Okay, so before I start answering questions, I actually want to ask you all a question. We have two options for this video. We can do this or we can do this, but you need to comment and let me know which one you want me to do. Option 1, I answer your questions. You ask questions and I answer. You ask questions and I answer your questions. Option 2 is you send sentences that you want me to pronounce naturally. I'm thinking about this because recently we've been talking a lot on my page and my channel about natural pronunciation. So please go in the comments, let me know if you want option 1 or option 2. Option 1 is I answer your questions. Option 2 is you send me sentences and I read them with my natural pronunciation, the way that I would say them in real conversation with another native speaker. So option 1, I answer your questions. Option 2, you send me sentences and I read them with my natural pronunciation. I can't, I'm going to look in the comments and see what you say. If more people say 1 or more people say 2, I can't actually count them because there's going to be a lot of them, but I'll try to just look and get a feeling of were there more 1 or more 2. So make sure to leave a comment. Let me know which one you want me to do, option 1 or option 2. Option 1, again, you ask questions, I answer them. Option 2 is you send me sentences and I read them with my natural pronunciation. I see Sapito says option 2. I see several people saying number 1. Both options. Guerma says option 2. Jessica Wong says both. Option 2, option 1, 2, both, hello. Option 2. Option 1, option 2, both, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Also, don't send your answer multiple times. Please only send your answer one time. So I think that I'm seeing more of option 2 and both. Again, I'm not 100% sure because I can't count them, but to me it looks like there is a lot of option 2. So we're going to do option 2. So that means that what we are going to do today is you are going to send me some sentences. For example, how are you? And I will show you how I would pronounce it in a real conversation with another native speaker. How are you? Like that. So send me some sentences that you want me to say, and I'm going to say them for you. Option 2 also makes it a lot easier for me to reply to more of your comments. If it's option 1, I have to speak for a long time to answer only one question. But for option 2, I like it because I can reply to many of you very quickly. Through thick and thin, through thick and thin, through thick and thin. So the thing with this one is that and often becomes in, thick and thin, thick and thin. You don't need to say, you don't need to say thick and thin, but just thick and thin, through thick and thin. So this one is difficult because I would never say this in a real conversation. This isn't something that I say. I usually just say, nice to meet you. However, if I wanted to say this, I would say, how do you do? How do you do? Hi, how do you do? How do you do? This one depends on why I am asking. Depending on why I'm asking this question, I might emphasize different words. For example, I might say, what are you doing? If I'm really surprised or shocked or confused. But in a normal situation, I'd probably say, what are you doing? 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 Something like that. I'm a biochemistry engineer. I'm a biochemistry engineer. But you need a biochemistry engineer. I'm a biochemistry engineer. Again, what are you doing? 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 Again, it depends why I'm asking it, if I'm confused or what the reason is. Because in some situations, what are you doing? In some situations, what are you doing? Paradise fruits. So what we are doing is you are sending me a sentence and I'm going to show you how I would pronounce that sentence in a real conversation with another native speaker. Good one. So obviously the words are what have you been up to? But I would say what have I would use the contraction what have you been up to? Hey, what have you been up to? What have you been up to? Actually, I wouldn't include the have. For me, it would sound like what a, what have you been up to? 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 Hey, what have you been up to? So the have is there, but I'm not really pronouncing it strong and I'm not making the V sound. Just what are you? What are you? Hey, what have you been up to? Good one. This is just a word, but it's pronounced although, voiced th, although, although. So, we don't usually say dear. You only say dear if you're talking to your husband, your wife, or your children. So I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to say dear. So take care. The K from take and the K from the C in care, they connect. So you don't need to say take care. Put them together. Take care. Take care. And then of, we have the R in care. So we connect that to the of. Of, care of, take care of, take care of, take care of yourself, take care of yourself, take care of yourself. I'm going to travel next week. To, to. So this is important. To, we don't usually say to. We almost always say to. Um, if it's the last word in the sentence, yes, we say to. But when it's before a verb or before a noun, we usually pronounce it to. To travel, to travel, to travel. I'm going to travel next week. However, I would usually say gonna. I'm gonna travel next week. I'm gonna travel next week. Um, but actually, talking to friends and family, I would just say I'm gonna, I'm gonna travel next week. I'm gonna travel next week, or even just I'm a, I'm gonna travel next week. I'm gonna travel next week. But if you're speaking at work or for something professional, I really do recommend saying going to, going to. So if I were giving a presentation at work or maybe in a job interview, I would probably say going to, I'm going to. But in my normal conversations with my mom, my brother, my friends, I would say I'm going to I'm going to travel next week. What about with what's up? So yeah, what's up? So what's up is a very informal thing to say, and because it's informal, we often use informal pronunciation. So I would usually say, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" You don't hear the T sound. It's just what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey man, what's up? How are you doing? What's up? Um, you can also just take out the W and just say sup, sup, just like SUP. Sup, how are you doing? Hey, sup, how are you? All over the world. All over the world. Um, so here, all over, use the L sound in all to connect to the O in over. Lover, lover, all over. All over the world, all over the world. I have students all over the world. Evelyn, how have you been? It's been so long. How have you been? How 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 have you been? So obviously if you're speaking clearly, yes, pronounce the H. How have you been? But you're speaking to friends, family, very informal setting. How, how, take out the H and use the W in how to connect to the av, which actually you're not going to say av, it's going to sound like of. How, how have you been? Hey, how have you been? How have you been? Hey, how have you been? Give me a bottle of water, please. Would you? Would you? So, would you, when speaking naturally, we normally have a bit of a J sound. Would you like to? Give me usually becomes gimme, give me, give me, give me, give me. Would you like to gimme a bottle? Love, 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 bottle of, bottle of. Would you like to give me a bottle of water, please? Would you like to give me a bottle of water, please? However, of often becomes no sound. Bottle of water, water, bottle of water, bottle of water, bottle of water. Would you like to give me a bottle of water, please? However, we wouldn't usually say this. We would usually not say, would you like to? We would just say, would you give me? Would you give me a bottle of water, please? Which naturally would sound like, would you give me a bottle of water, please? Would you give me a bottle of water, please? Hey, would you give me a bottle of water, please? Yeah, I think that's how I'd say it. Would you give me a bottle of water, please? However, that's not a natural thing for me to say. That's not really how I speak. Um, I'd probably just say, I would probably change would to be could. You can use would, and I have a video about the difference between using would you, could you, and can you for requests, so I don't want to focus on that right now. But for me, naturally, I'd probably just say, could you give me a bottle of water? Could you give me a bottle of water, please? Could you give me a bottle of water, please? Or could I have? Could I have a bottle of water, please? Could I have a bottle of water, please? So this is not really what we're talking about, but these two words are hospitality and introduction. So in American English, we have something called the flap or the tap, which is a sound that sometimes comes from a T and sometimes comes from a D. When you have a T or a D between two vowel sounds, we pronounce it like da 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 da. It's not really a D sound and it's not really a T sound because the clear T sound is t t and the clear D sound is d d. But this sound is just your tongue going up and down. Little, little. That's why the T in little sounds the same as the D in middle. Little, middle. Do you like grapefruit? Do you like grapefruit? So do you, for me, often becomes do you. Do you like grapefruit? Do you like grapefruit? So we don't usually say would you want. It should be do you want or would you like. So here I would say, would you like coffee or tea? Would you like coffee or tea? So like coffee, bring the two sounds together. Like coffee, like coffee. You don't need to say like coffee, but just like coffee. And then or usually becomes coffee or tea, coffee or tea, coffee or tea. Would you like coffee or tea? Which would you like, coffee or tea? Would you like coffee or tea? Let me clue you in. Let me clue you in. So let me often becomes lemmy, 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 lemmy. Because your tongue goes to the same position for the T, lemmy, lemmy, lemmy. But you don't let the air out to make the t. You just keep it in. It's easier. Lemmy, lemmy. Let me clue you in. Let me clue you in. What would you like to know about it? What would you like to know about it? What would you? What would you? What would you? What would you? So I rarely say what. It's usually just what, which becomes even softer when we have a would after it. What would you? What would you? What would you like to know about it? About it. The W in no connects to the A in about. About, know about. And the about, the T connects to the I in it. About it, about it, about it. Know about it, to know about it, like to know about it. Would you like to know about it? Would you like to know about it? What would you like to know about it? What would you like to know about it? Yeah. What would you like to know about it? And I'm sorry for everyone who is joining and they think that the topic is asking me questions because that's what the title said, but we voted and we decided to change the topic. So what we are doing is people are giving me sentences and I am showing you how to pronounce them naturally. Let me see if I can change the topic right now while we are live. I'm not sure if I can. Yes, I can. Give me one moment. I'm changing the title of the video so that no one is confused. Give me one moment, please. And if I say that naturally, give me a moment, please. Give me a moment, please. Give me just one moment, please. Give me just one moment, please. Send me sentences and I will pronounce them naturally. Give me one moment. I'm almost done. I'm just changing the title so that people understand what we are talking about today, because the current title does not match with what we are actually doing. Okay. Save changes. Okay, good. Now anyone who is joining should see that we are not asking questions, we are practicing pronunciation. They literally don't understand me. They literally don't understand me. They literally don't understand me. So the T in don't is often not pronounced. So I usually just say don't understand, don't understand. They literally don't understand me. This word mature, there's two ways to pronounce it. You can say mature or you can say mature. I think both are correct. I've been thinking about you lately. Question. I've been thinking about you lately. I don't think you want a question mark there. Um, I've been thinking about you lately. I've been thinking about you lately. I've been thinking about you lately. So in informal conversation, we often change the ng sound at the end of a verb to just be an n sound. So, someone is yelling. So instead of saying thinking, I would usually just say thinking, thinking. I've been thinking about you lately. Train. It pronounced like CH. So I saw a teacher teaching this the other day. I saw a teacher on Facebook telling people that you should pronounce TR as CH. And that's wrong. That is not correct. That's something that some native speakers do because they have a speech problem. They have a problem pronouncing sounds correctly. They have a speech problem. That's not a normal thing to do. That's wrong. So don't say train. It's train, train. Don't try to make a CH sound. It might sound a little bit like a CH, but you shouldn't try to do that. What are you doing? 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 Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, different ways to pronounce it. Connected speech. Usually the vowels in the words for and to are reduced to a schwa in a sentence, right? Yes, this is correct. So when I say to, I don't say to, I say t. Is what we call a schwa sound. So this person's correct. I'm explaining this for everyone else. The schwa sound is a lazy sound that we make, and any vowel can make this sound. We make this sound when we are not focusing on pronouncing that vowel clearly. So for, we say fur, or for some people, it's just f, and to becomes t. So that's what the schwa sound is. We don't usually say for and to, we say fur and t. Good, correct. What was the flight? What was the flight like? What was the flight like? What was it? What was it? What was it? What was it? And it depends how clearly I'm speaking. Um, what was the? But yeah, I don't usually pronounce the t in what. I just say what, what, what was, what was, what was the. And I think that I would say the, what was the, but that's because I've trained myself to speak clearly over years and years of being an English teacher. But for normal people, most people would just say, what was a, what was a, what was a. What was the flight like? What was the flight like? What was the flight like? Hey, what was the flight like? However, I think that I would probably just ask, how was the flight? How was the flight? Hey, how was the flight? How was the flight? Hey, how was the flight? Hey, what's up? I have a question. I have a question. So we often don't pronounce the H in have. It makes it easier to say, I have a question is difficult, but I have, that's easy. And Ava, Ava, I have a question. I have a, excuse me, I have a question. I have a question. Can I ask a question? I have a question. How did you find Bangladesh oh, that's difficult. Bangladesh so far. How'd you find Bangladesh so far? How'd you? How'd you find? So how did you often becomes how'd you? How'd you? How'd you find Bangladesh so far? And dash the sh sound slides into the s sound. Bangladesh so far. How'd you find Bangladesh so far? Guerma, hello. Would you like to see a movie with me? Would you like to see a So we have the schwa sound 3 times. First, would j. That's the schwa sound. And then t, that's also the schwa sound. And then that's also the schwa sound. We've got would you like to see a see those are all the schwa sound. Would you like to see a movie with me? Hey, would you like to see a movie with me? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. A long should be 2 words. Long, not 1 word. That's something different. But it has been a long. So if we keep it and has as 2 words, we'd say it has been a long time. It has been a long time. But I usually wouldn't do that. I would usually make the contraction. It's it's been it's been a long time. Been been a long. It's been a long time. Hey, how are you? It's been a long time since the last time we saw each other. I'm not going to go there anymore. I'm not going to go there anymore. I had a really bad time last time I was there. I'm not going to go there anymore. There was hair in the food, and the bathroom smelled so bad. I'm not going to go there anymore. Not going to go. 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 Not going to go there anymore. I'm not going to go there anymore. Sorry. It's just, I don't want to go there. I'm not going to go there anymore. What are you doing right now? Hey, what are you doing right now? Let me think about that. So if I called somebody and I asked them, hey, what are you doing right now? Yeah, I guess again, it depends why I'm asking them that, because the reason that we ask a question affects how we ask it. Big bug pack a bag. A big bug packed a bag back. Well, I wouldn't say that because it doesn't make sense. That sentence doesn't make sense. A big bug packed a bag back. It would make sense if you said a big bad bug packed a big black bag. A big bad bug packed a big black bag. Plagued, plagued, it plagued him. It plagued the city. How to pronounce world and word. So the first one is world, world. The second one is word. So world and word. Demure, demure. I think this person has been on TikTok a lot recently because right now there's a trend on TikTok where people talk about how to be demure. So, what this person wants to know is the question. The question, how do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that? Does this question have a D sound? So, yes, it does, but it depends how you say it. So, I might say, how do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that? Yeah, again, it depends why I'm asking and which words I want to focus on. Because it could be, how do you know that? Or it could be, how'd you? How'd you? How'd you know that? How'd you know that? How'd you know that? Yeah, it could be a D sound or a J sound. Both work. What do you do? What's your job? What do you do? What do you do for a living? What do you What do you do for a living? What's your job? It's been a long time since I read books. However, I would this sentence isn't quite correct. I think I would say it's been a long time since I read. It's been a long time since I've read a book. Long time since I read a book. It's been a long time since I read a book. I think I would change it to a book. It's it's been a. In it's when it's is the first word in the sentence, we often don't pronounce the vowel sound it. We just say ts, 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 ts. It's been a it's been a long time since I read a book. It's been a long time since I read a book. Since I. It's been a long time since I read a book. Maria Cecilia Boulay. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, but I'm glad that you are enjoying the live. Thank you for your feedback. Lair Reg, thank you for the invitation to come to Morocco. Much appreciated. I have been through this all before. So saying this naturally, I would say I've been through this. Saw. The thing to notice is that if you have an S and the next word has a vowel sound, you always use the S to connect. This saw. I've been through this all before. I've been through this all before. Lil, 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 Lil. Or just Lil. It was a long journey. It was a long journey, but we did it. Is there any accent in English that is hard for you to understand? So I have a really difficult time understanding Australian people, but that's just because I haven't met a lot of Australian people, and most of the ones that I have met, I didn't really want to talk to. Um, so yeah, the Australian accent is difficult for me. I don't know, they might have many different accents in Australia, but everyone who I've met from Australia sounded the same to me, and I had a difficult time understanding all of them. So Australian, um, Newcastle is a place in the UK, and that accent is very difficult for me to understand. Um, Scottish is also difficult for me to understand. But really, the ones that you don't understand, the only reason that you don't understand them is that you haven't spent time listening to them before. The more you listen to an accent, the easier it is to understand. All right, I'm going to do a few more, and then we are going to end this video because this one's already been pretty long. Whatchamacallit. So whatchamacallit is a word that we use when we can't remember the name of something. We can't remember what it's called, so we call it a whatchamacallit, which is like, what do you call it? Whatchamacallit. I'm gonna get him this thing for his birthday. It's a whatchamacallit. I can't remember the name. It's a whatchamacallit. Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Do you want to go with? See you later. See you later. See ya. See you later. See you later. So yeah, we don't usually say see you. We say see ya. See ya. All right. See you later. What the weather like? Let's make this past tense. What was the weather like? What was it? What was the weather like? I saw you went on vacation last week. What was the weather like? What was the weather like? What was the weather like? But yeah, fast. What was it? 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 What was the weather like? So Yosemite is a place in California. It's pronounced Yosemite. 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 It's the place with all the really big trees. Yosemite. Sometimes ing is pronounced as K. I don't think so. I can't imagine any situation in which that happens. I don't think so. But I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Automatically. Automatically. 5 syllables. Automatically. 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 Is there any relationship between vowels and diphthongs? I'm not going to focus on this question, but I am going to give you a very short answer. Diphthongs are vowels. They are a type of vowel. Julio Silva, hello. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, what are you going to do? 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 How to pronounce thoroughly, 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 thoroughly. I think you can pronounce it either thoroughly or thoroughly. I think both are correct. Thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly. I went to the two schwa sounds. To the schwa. And cinema also has the schwa to the cinema. Went to. The two T sounds connect. I went to the cinema last weekend. Education, we pronounce the G sound. No, you have a J sound. J. That's a J sound. However, sometimes the G makes a J sound because the G can be G and the G can be J. But J is really the J sound. Education. But yeah, we're going to stop here. This is a lot of speaking for me. So yeah, I appreciate all of you sending your sentences. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the first time where we've tried doing one like this. So I don't know. You can leave a comment. Let me know. Was this fun? Was this useful? Was it not fun? Was it not useful? Was it boring? Please just let me know how you felt about this lesson, and I will read your comments. And as always, even if I don't reply to your comments, I do read most of them, and I try to use your feedback to determine how I do my lessons in the future. So yeah, thank you all very much for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever time it is now, in whatever country you are in. Thank you all very much for joining, and I will see you next Tuesday.